Hello everybody and welcome back to Expert Examiner IELTS. My name is Glyn and in this video we're going to do some more writing feedback. So again we're checking an IELTS writing task 2 academic essay, and as always we start by checking out the question, analysing the question, thinking about the question, making sure that we understand the question 100%, and also thinking about what kind of IELTS task 2 question it is. We know there are many different questions like discuss both sides, advantages and disadvantages, problem solution, and so we have to think about that before we think about our structure. Okay, so in many countries, not just in one country, but in many countries, traditional foods, so the foods that our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, that type of food that they ate, are being replaced by fast food. Fast food, things like hot dogs, burgers, pizzas, you know what fast food is. This has a negative impact on families. So we have to accept that this is true. We're not arguing this point. Traditional foods are being replaced by fast food. We accept this as a fact. Even if we disagree that this is actually happening, we accept this. Traditional foods are being replaced by fast food. In the context of the essay, this is a fact, and it is not up for debate. The question that is up for debate is this has a negative impact on families, individuals, and society. So a negative impact. It's bad. A negative impact. It's bad for whom? For families, number one. For individuals, number two. And also for society, number three. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So it is not to what extent do you agree or disagree that traditional foods are being replaced by fast food. This is, in the context of the essay, considered a fact. The thing which you must agree or disagree with, or show to what extent you agree or disagree, is does this, and this is the real essay question, does this have a negative impact on families, individuals, and society? Kind of tricky that you have three things to talk about here. Now, for example, if you agree that it has a negative impact on families and individuals, but not society, you could say that you mostly agree there. If you feel like it has a negative impact on families, but not individuals and society, then, you partially agree or partly agree. But it is a tricky one to deal with because you have three things here. But I think these three things are connected, right? Individuals make up families, and, groups of individuals and groups of families make up broadly society. So I think all three things are linked. So I think we can still do a four paragraph essay. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Again, to what extent means you can fully agree, you can partially agree, you can be on the fence in the middle. But as always, I just think it's much, much, much easier for the candidate and for the examiner if you just pick a side. Do you agree or disagree? And so that's what I want to see in the introduction. I want to see some background information, some reference to the question, the question here being, is this a negative development? And also in the introduction, I want to know the candidate's position. Does the candidate agree that fast food replacing traditional foods has a negative impact on families, individuals, and society, or does the candidate disagree with this position? And that will then set up the body paragraphs. If they agree, 2 body paragraphs, maybe, I still only want 2 body paragraphs explaining why the candidate agrees, and then a conclusion with a summary of the main points and some type of extra comment would be nice. But let's see what the candidate has. Let's see how the candidate has approached this task. Okay, first I want to check the number of paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 5. So it seems to me that the candidate has decided, I don't know, but maybe the candidate has decided to do 1 paragraph on families, 1 on individuals, and 1 on society. And for me, that's acceptable. I still think that we can write any IELTS essay in 4 paragraphs, but I can see why the candidate has decided to write 5 paragraphs here. So no problem for that. In terms of length, it seems okay. Yeah, seems fine. Let's have a look. Word count 280. Great. I think 280 to 300 is really that golden zone. But okay, let's see what the candidate has in the introduction. Around the world, that's a very direct paraphrase of in many countries. Fast food is replacing traditional food, so candidate has just changed from passive to active. Okay, it's a very direct paraphrase. I still like general information about the subject, not a direct paraphrase. But okay, fine. Around the world, fast food is replacing traditional foods, comma, which poses negative effects. So this is where we can see the problem with this. When candidates really desperately try to paraphrase everything in a very direct way, it leads to problems like with collocation, right? To have a negative impact. We can't pose a negative effect. So candidate has changed impact with effect, which is fine, but they've gone with the collocating verb to pose. Now you pose a question, you don't pose an effect. So this is the incorrect collocation. And sometimes this happens when candidates are so focused on paraphrasing the question so directly. They think, okay, I can't use have because have is in the question. I need something different. And I would rather choose something wrong than repeat language. Repeating language that is accurate is better than having a greater variety but with wrong collocations. Something to keep in mind. But anyway, poses negative effects on families, individuals, and society. Okay. I totally agree. Totally, it maybe is okay. It feels a little bit, maybe. No, it's okay. I thought maybe it feels a little bit conversational, a little bit, not academic in register, but I think it's okay. I totally agree with this opinion, as this trend is large. We don't need the reasons why. I understand you're setting this up. You're setting this up for like body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3. That's okay. But you're just repeating the same point. It's detrimental to individual health, means it has a negative impact on individuals. Weakens family bonds, means it has a negative impact on family, and erodes cultural traditions, negative impact on society. But you don't need to state your reasons here. I just want to see your position. But okay, the introduction does a good job, I think. I still want background information. I don't like these absolute brutally direct paraphrases of the question. But the introduction does its job. Communicative achievement, great. And a nice bits of language in here too. Detrimental, wonderful. Largely detrimental, beautiful adverb there. Erodes cultural traditions. That is a wonderful collocation to use. Weakens family bonds, great. Not just makes them weaker, but weakens family bonds. And family bonds, yeah, so there's a lot of high-level language in that introduction. I'm already thinking, okay, this candidate is serious about his or her IELTS writing. Let's have a look at body paragraph 1. On the individual level, beautiful signposting language. The reader gets to see exactly what this paragraph is going to be about from the first, conjunctive adverbial phrase, conjunctive prepositional phrase on the individual level. Is that a conjunctive prepositional phrase? Maybe. It's good signposting language anyway. On the individual level, the overconsumption, cool, good stuff, overconsumption of fast food. But it's not just about overconsumption. It's about, replacing traditional food. So not 100% the same. The overconsumption of fast food poses significant health risks. Okay, to pose a risk, that works. This is because this type of food, so I really like the logical flow here and this reference language with this. This is because this type of food often contains unhealthy substances, nice, such as saturated fat, oh, beautiful. Candidate really knows his vocab or her vocab. Sugar and sodium, comma, which, I really like this comma, which are associated with many health issues, giving an example, especially, beautiful, beautiful flow here, especially obesity and heart disease. So usually when we talk about heart disease, we talk about it as a singular, uncountable noun, not in the plural, heart disease. But minor mistake. In contrast, beautiful signposting language, good stuff. In contrast, traditional meals tend to be more balanced and nutritious, as they are often prepared at home with fresh and wholesome ingredients. Okay, cool. I like this hedging language. Often, not always, not maximalist, not always, not every time, but often. Good. A shift to unhealthy choices would result. This seems like you're talking hypothetically. Would result. You're talking hypothetically, but the question says that this is something that is really happening, but you're talking about it as if it's a hypothetical. So there's a slight problem with coherence there, just a little bit. Would result in a decline in overall well-being and higher healthcare costs. Cool. Good. Very, very strong body paragraph. The flow is beautiful. The ideas are simple, clear, understandable. The vocab is amazing. The signposting language, the cohesion is beautiful. Grammar is very well controlled. Just this one minor problem with candidate approaching it like it's a hypothetical instead of real. But okay, very minor problem. For families, good signposting language. And also we have variety. Candidate doesn't say on the family level or on the familial level, but for families, cool. The increased popularity of fast food can weaken traditional family dynamics. What a beautiful topic sentence. I mentioned topic sentences a lot. The first sentence of a paragraph should give us the main idea of what we're talking about. Sometimes topic sentences can be the second sentence, no problem, but great. This is beautifully set up. I know what the candidate wants to talk about here. Let's see how they develop. When preparing traditional food, really like this use of when plus gerund. Very, very nice. When preparing traditional food, family members often cook and eat together, which likely strengthens. Love this use of likely as an adverb here. Likely strengthens family bonds, as these activities encourage interaction. Absolutely agree, and encourage interaction, just beautiful vocab. On the other hand, great signposting language. Now we're going to talk about fast food, I guess. Going to fast food restaurants reduces time spent together. Cool. Time spent is a reduced relative clause because it is passive. Very high level stuff. B2C1 reduces time spent together. Time which is spent together. Great. Reduced relative clause. Wonderful. Together, because meals are usually quick and solitary. I don't know what it means for a meal to be quick and solitary. How can a meal be solitary? So that's not perfectly explained. Leaving less opportunity for meaningful conversations. A very strong body paragraph too. And I guess now we will go to the social level. On a larger scale, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful signposting language. This is such a well-written essay, I have to say. The candidate's academic writing technique, forget about the English, candidate's academic writing technique is so beautiful. The implications of fast food consumption, implications, very nice language, on fast food consumption on society include implications include negative impacts on the local economy. The local economies. I prefer without the article, but with the article it's okay here. As fast food chains spread globally, family-owned restaurants selling local cuisines may struggle to compete with multinational food chains such as KFC or McDonald's, potentially jeopardizing the livelihoods of local communities. Okay, my only problem with this body paragraph is that it's only two sentences. Sentence 1 and sentence 2. So maybe look to break this longer sentence into two sentences. Something like, as fast food chains spread globally, family-owned restaurants selling local cuisines may struggle to compete with multinational fast food chains such as KFC or McDonald's. Full stop. this potentially jeopardizes the livelihoods of local communities. I think splitting that into 3 sentences would just be slightly better cohesion. Yeah, I think splitting that would be slightly better cohesion, but okay. Not a major issue. Another very well argued point. Short, but fine. Developed enough. In conclusion, good signposting language. The widespread of fast food. So, nah, widespread is an adjective, so we can't use the adjective of something, right? The widespread nature of fast food, or the widespread, or the, I don't know, the spreading of fast food, or the, I don't know, we're looking for a noun here, the growth of fast, or the growth in popularity of fast food. So widespread is just not the most appropriate word here, because it's an adjective and we need widespread something. We need a noun. The widespread, Google's recommending the widespread use of fast food. I think the widespread consumption of fast food, that could also be used. It's completely detrimental. Completely feels a little bit maximalist here. But okay. Detrimental as it endangers public health, weakens family bonds, and threatens cultural identity, potentially leading to a less vibrant society. So this feels like a new idea, a less vibrant society. I don't like it when candidates introduce new ideas in the conclusion. We didn't talk about that less vibrant idea in the essay. It is therefore important for governments to preserve traditional foods and discourage people from consuming. Great. We get a reflective comment in the conclusion. I absolutely love it. Okay. I think this one is easy to mark. Task response, first of all. Coherence and cohesion. Lexical resource. Grammatical range and accuracy. Okay, let's look for the strongest points first. Lexical resource, I think we can award 9. Task response, I think we can. Maybe there's just a couple of slight problems, maybe, with that word. But is that more towards coherence or is that more towards task response? No, I think I am. I think it is fully developed. I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with 9 for task response. I'm going to go... No, maybe 8, 9, perhaps. Perhaps. Let's think about it. So task response. Yeah, everything is on topic. Nothing veers off topic at all. All of the points are clearly and skillfully developed. And I think I am fully informed. So I think we can increase that to a 9. Coherence and cohesion. So I just think there's a slight problem perhaps in the... first of all, yeah, just for the coherence, maybe this would... It just feels not exactly connected to the question. It would result in a decline. Just throws me off. Just makes me think a little. What do you mean it would? We're talking about something that's already happening. So that's why I maybe why I don't want to award the 9 for it totally. Vocab, I think I'm going to drop to an 8 just for a couple of minor problems. So the widespread something of fast food. So we don't get that noun there. That's more of a grammar point than a vocab point. Okay. Yeah. Oh, going back to coherence and cohesion, some more reasons why for coherence and cohesion. I think this paragraph should be split into 3 sentences, not 2. I think here you could just split it. That would improve it, and that would push it to a 9, possibly. Yeah, sorry, I'm all over the place with my marking here. Let's go back through it. Task response. I think I am fully informed. Great, 9. Coherence and cohesion. We have 5 paragraphs. The flow between paragraphs, the flow between sentences, absolutely amazing. Signposting language, absolutely amazing. Cohesive devices, absolutely amazing. There's just a small problem with this thing. This paragraph should be in 3, and maybe there is a summary of what the candidate is, the topics of the paragraphs. Endangers public health. Yeah, I guess that summary does work fine, and there is a reflective comment. Yeah, so coherence and cohesion, I think 8, mostly just because of this paragraph. You could probably see I don't like giving 9s. Lexical resource, it's very, very good. This poses negative effects. It's just slightly off. Quick and solitary, just don't quite know what you mean there. And then this use of widespread, I guess that's more of a grammar point. So just a couple of very minor errors with vocab. But it certainly feels like an 8.5 overall. Grammatical range and accuracy, very well controlled. Only one tiny mistake with the with that use of the, but I think there is a nice range of structures with simple sentences, complex sentences, basic grammar, and also a very nice range of structures with the grammar. This has been not very clear in terms of my feedback. My feedback on the essay, I think, is absolutely fine, but my feedback on the results that I give hasn't been perfect. So sorry about that. But overall, for me, the candidate gets a score of 8.5, and I think that is fair. Maybe it's maybe not quite enough for the 9, just a couple of things to be improved, just a couple of minor slips with lexical resource, and a couple of just very small issues with coherence and cohesion, but really nothing majorly problematic at all. The candidate's English is incredible, but more impressive, the candidate's academic writing technique, the flow is just absolutely fantastic. So I can offer no suggestions to make this candidate a better writer. Candidate is going to smash this IELTS test for sure, and in the writing, I fully expect them to get 8.5. Will they get a 9? I don't know. I don't know anyone that really gets a 9 for IELTS writing. That's just the way it is. There are lots of reasons for that, but I won't go into it now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the candidate's writing. Not really much for me to add, only to say well done, well done, well done. This is good, this is good, this is good, and a couple of just very minor problems. But I'll leave it there for now. If you have your own IELTS writing that you would like me to check, or if you would like a free practice speaking test with feedback, then you can join the Telegram channel, a link to which is given in the description below, and the instructions are on the Telegram, so you can see how to apply. It's very, very easy. But I'll leave it there for now. Have a wonderful day, and see you again. Bye-bye.